So the irritable bowel units will jump up to 150 with that.
Here's the catch. It's when you drink this beer, you have to be sitting on the toilet. One fell swoop.
Or you'll be like me and end up in the hospital.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Wish You Were Beer podcast. We are live in Temecula, California at Refuge Brewery. We're excited for this one. None of us have ever been here before, but first, the podcast team. It's your boy Glen.
It's your boy Rambo.
And this is Alan. What's going on, guys?
Yeah,
ready?
Back.
Are you guys excited for Refuge?
Oh, yes.
I'm super excited.
All right. So first off the bat, this place is just the ambiance, or just kind of the layout is phenomenal. Pretty cool.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of barrels. You can see their where they make their beer or brew the beer. Got a cool little tasting room here. I'm digging it.
Yeah, not to mention, just the cool, like, classic rock art and kind of pop culture art all over the place. And their hybrid bathroom and kitchen.
You got to come here to find out what we mean by that.
Yeah, but it's nothing bad. It's just, I thought something, so.
It's just weird that the food is next to the bathroom.
Oh, okay, so here's the story. We were in line to grab the beers, and then I saw in the corner of my eye a server bringing out food, what I thought was from the bathroom. And I was like, wait, where in that bathroom are they cooking? Because there's no room. And then, sure enough, the kitchen's right next to it, so.
That's a good placement, product placement.
All right.
Oh, and also, I want to give a shout out to our contest winner for the 500 followers, Brew Baller.
Yes.
Hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, you've received your 4-pack of beer and our T-shirt.
Yeah, I know it's on its way.
That we made.
Congrats to Brew Baller.
Congrats on just participating and showing the love, man. So we appreciate that.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you guys want to give him a follow, he's on Instagram at brew_baller. And he does some pretty cool trick shots,
dude.
So.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, check him out.
Pretty cool.
Check him out.
I'm stoked.
Well, that's a good segue into our next contest. Just stay tuned. We're going to put something out. It's going to be called the Wish You Were Beer podcast May giveaway.
Yes, sir.
So there'll be more details in the very distant, very near future.
Yeah.
Or actually, by the time this comes out,
by the time this comes out,
be.
We might be well underway.
We too.
So yeah.
Possibly. So.
Yeah.
But just more opportunity to get some cool giveaways or gifts from us, because we appreciate y'all. So.
And if this is your first time listening to us, follow us on Instagram at Wish You Were Beer Podcast.
And also on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So we are fairly new to the YouTube space, just 2 videos. So if you prefer to watch us and see our beautiful faces, then go ahead and follow us or search for us on YouTube. We're at Wish You Were Beer Podcast. There's quite a bit of channels that are similar in name, but you already know by our logo, so check us out. Well, all right, guys, what do you guys think, man? What are we? What's on? Let the listeners and viewers know what we got on deck for today here at Refuge.
So the first one here is.
It's the.
How do you say that?
Bruges.
Bruges. Blonde.
Okay, and then number 2?
Number 2 is the Baja Crush.
Ooh, yeah.
That one is an unfiltered IPA.
Is that
like
a session,
a hazy.
Right? Is that a session or?
6.2.
Oh no, okay.
So not quite a session. Okay. They have the Vice.
The Vice.
The Refuge Vice.
Hey, no Vice guys here.
And last but not least, the Tripel.
Hey, why are you tripling, man?
The puns never stop.
If you are into Belgians, get a Tripel.
Yeah, for sure.
So we do flights on our on-sites, but they don't sell flights per se here in the smaller ounce pours. So instead of doing 6, we are doing our typical 3 plus bonus rounds. So a lot more beer to drink.
Yes, sir. So should we go high to low to high, light to dark?
Left to right, baby.
Left to right?
Yeah, we'll go
All
left
right.
to right.
So this one's going to be the Bruges Blonde.
So bougie. Bougie.
Yeah. So it's a 4.8 ABV, 11 IBUs. So it shouldn't be too bitter. So it's a Belgian-style blonde ale, a refreshing light Belgian warm weather beer, finishing with mild Belgian flavors. All right.
Very well. Very well.
All right.
Let's see if I can pull some of those aromas and flavors.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, guys.
Not bitter at all.
Bruges. Okay.
I like it. Very soft on the palate.
Very, very soft.
Oh, that's why. It has that. I was trying to pinpoint that taste, and I was like, "That's not your typical blonde." And then I looked at it's a Belgian blonde, so I was like, oh, "Okay, so it has that like heavy type."
Yeah, I feel like it's a better version of a like a Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one I'm thinking of?
The Shock Top.
Shock Top.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This one, okay.
Better version of it for sure.
So yeah, Belgian blonde, definitely refreshing.
Yeah, I do like that it has that true Belgian taste, but it's light like a blonde. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
very refreshing. It lives up to its description, and yeah, it's very. I don't know. I'm very happy with this.
I'm liking it. I like it.
Good stuff, guys.
When I look at the word, I think of what they say in the UK. So again, special thanks to Refuge Brewery. On staff right now is the manager Casey, and also beer tending today is Jessica. They've been very hospitable since we got here.
So speaking of beer tenders, and now that you mentioned Jessica, so right above the bartender in the bar area, the taps, they have like basically award banners, and they do a competition for beer tending. And I think Jessica's won it a couple times.
Yeah.
And then, is she the reigning champ right now? I think she is.
I think she's the reigning champ.
So 2019, 2020. Apparently, she is the reigning champ. Here, and they got like 6 banners up top.
They're
It's
from
like,
2014 to 2020.
yeah. Okay. When I get a beer after this episode, I'm gonna ask her to show us what you got.
Yeah. Show us what's up.
Yeah.
So when it's beer tending, because I noticed that they had different names of beers or what sounded like beers.
Okay.
So beer tending, does that? I mean, I guess I just don't understand. I guess what the competition is.
Is that so you don't overpour? No.
Okay.
Or you don't get too much head? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
That makes sense. Because I was like, wait, does that mean
There's only one ingredient.
yeah,
Beer.
or is it making beer because it looked like? Oh, that was. I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
But we'll ask her.
Yeah. We'll circle back.
Yeah.
After.
So yeah, you guys notice it's very. Those of you who are listening, it's very noisy. This is with their reopening of the restaurants. You guys all know we're back in the orange tier, so this place is at capacity right now.
Not to mention they have been dropping off. What do you call that? The beer bus?
Beer bus?
tours? Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Bang bus? Beer bus?
It's a good turnout for what time is it right now? It's almost 2:30.
2:30, yeah.
In the afternoon. So very special place, man. I like this.
Yeah. And if you want to follow Refuge Brewery on Instagram, they are at Refuge Brewery. And they'll be here. They're open Wednesday through Sunday. So 1 to 8 and 1 to 7 on Sundays.
You guys should definitely check out the cans that they sell. Pretty cool artwork. A lot of good, eye candy, so to speak. So definitely give them a check out. I don't know if they sell. I don't know if they distribute outside of San Diego. But that's something we could find out for you guys. All right, so moving on to beer 2, and a little preface for those that are watching on YouTube. I forgot to hit the record button. So on to beer number 2.
All right.
We are going to, looks like we're Baja Crush. So this is a 6.2% ABV, 50 IBUs, right down, somewhat up down the middle. And essentially, it is a unfiltered IPA bursting with tropical fruit flavors with a touch of peach and lemon.
Ooh, so kind of fruity.
Ooh, yeah, so this is one of their flagship beers, and one of their, I guess, according to Jessica, or Casey. According to Casey and Jessica, is one of their top performing beers here, so excited.
All right.
Guys ready?
I think so. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Oh,
It's a bit hoppy.
There's the hops. It's a complete 180 compared to that Belgian, right?
for sure.
Or to the blonde.
For sure. Oh, man.
Man, what a difference IBUs can do.
So
From 11 to 50.
I'm announcing right now that I'm back into brewing beer, home beer. Thanks to you, Alan, for getting me getting back into it. But I'm doing a citrusy IPA, kind of like this one. It's a mango orange, and I hope and pray that it's half as good as this one. That's how good this one is.
This one is really good.
Baja Crush. As a matter of fact, I wanted to name it with a crush, like the word crush in it.
Yeah, I had a question about that. Why? So, what is the term crush? Like, I see like an IPA or a crushable IPA or a crush IPA. So, what makes it that? Is it a method, or is it a ingredient that you put in there?
That's a good question. I think after we're done with this, we can ask Jessica or Casey what exactly that means, because I've seen crush IPAs doing research with other breweries, and they use that word crush. So I don't know if it's just another way of saying hazy.
It's an adjective. It is.
Thank you, Catherine Obvious.
Thank you, Webster.
I guess they say it's an easygoing, super drinkable beer.
Oh, okay.
All right, I have
that makes sense.
Okay, wait.
Or do you have a different one?
No, so this is not Crush IPA. Okay, never mind. This is just the actual name of their beer. Okay, so crushable is basically you could essentially like kill it, like
Yeah. I guess which makes sense.
yeah. Yo, I can crush these beers, man.
Yeah, bruh.
The beer that I'm brewing right now, it's supposed to be around 6.7%, so it's kind of in that same arena.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to have, I think you calculated it for me, Alan, it's about 54 IBUs.
That's right. Yep.
So hopefully it's crushable like this one.
In comparison to my 128 double IPA IBU that's coming because I miscalculated. But I'm gonna just finish it and taste it because I read online. So, anyways, here's the story.
Oh god, that's gonna be so bitter. I have to try it.
I miscalculated. I'm doing a very small batch, 1 gallon double IPA, right? And
Don't tell me it was the sugar again.
No. It's the hops. I miscalculated and overdid it on the 60-minute portion of the boil. That's where you get the most IBUs out of it.
Yeah.
I basically doubled one of the portions of hops. I'm using 3 different hops, and the one that basically took it up was the Warrior hops, and it's a 17% alpha acidic unit. I think that's what it's called. So it's pretty high, right? So, and I only put 0.3 ounces. And just that one hop alone jumped it up to 70 IBUs, but I didn't know it until after I already like pitched everything.
Right.
Because I initially built my recipe in Beersmith, and I think I did the scaling wrong from a 5.5 to a 1 gallon. I think I messed up on the water scaling. So anyways, I looked it up like, oh man, is like 128 too high? You know, and people on the forums are like, yo, just at the end of the day, it's going to come down to your taste. Just drink it, like, and see if you like it. So, and a typical scale for a double IPA is between 60 to 120. So I'm only up 8 points, but still, dude, this one is 50. What 50?
50 IBU.
And this one is like punchy. You know? My target IBU was supposed to be 90. Yeah. So similar to I think the Tripelle that we're gonna have later. So, but man.
I thought the IBU scale was on 100.
That's what I thought too.
So I was telling Alan when we were talking about it, when he was telling me about this the first time. I was telling him, hey, Alan, you might have stumbled across a brand new style of beer.
Just throw whatever in there.
Uncharted territory.
What scale? Oh man! I'm like my beer is pretty much ready to get bottled, right? If the fermenting's done, and I was just looking at it today, and I was like, oh, you a hoppy one, huh? You gonna be bitter.
So I'm excited to try it though.
Yeah, I'm excited too because this is the same recipe that Alan used before.
Yeah.
I think you modified it a little bit because I don't remember it being 128.
So I switched out the hop profile, and the hop profile I used years ago was Amarillo Centennial. So I think I only used Columbus hops, but I had my portions adjusted correctly, and they're lower in alpha acidic, so it doesn't kick off that much IBUs when you're throwing them in the boil or whatnot. So, okay, so my beer is gonna be ready in about 10, let's say 2 weeks to be safe in terms of carbonation.
So what are you at right now? Are you in a 7-day fermentation?
No, dude, it's ready. I could bottle it today if I wanted to.
But when did you start it?
I'm at maybe 12 days.
Oh, 12 days,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so typically it's between 10 and 14.
Yeah.
People say if you're like super OCD, then just wait the 14 days, you know? But you also have to look at your beer to make sure that, you know, the yeast isn't still going off, you know, going crazy and whatnot. So, mine settled down. All the foam at the top is, you know, fell to the bottom, so just kind of hanging out right now.
So no more additions, no secondary or anything like that?
I'm gonna split up half of the beer so I could test out that Serrano, that pepper that I'm gonna do with it, right? Yeah. So I'm allocating half of that for that test, and then the other half, I was gonna dry hop it, but like, no, it's at 128 right now, so no need.
Yeah. So the irritable bowel units will jump up to 150 with that.
Here's the catch. It's when you drink this beer, you have to be sitting on the toilet. One fell swoop,
or you'll be like me and end up in the hospital.
Hey man,
we'll get to that in a minute.
It's those Mexican beers, dude. But yeah, Glenn, I'm glad you're back on that horse, so to speak, brewing. I went over to your house the other day just to be your assistant. And his gear is like legit, man.
Is it?
Yeah, just push to touch, you know, temperature control. And then just the smell of his garage brewing that amount of grain, you're like, oh, so good.
So you bougie, huh?
Well, yeah. So those of you listening, I'm using the Brewer's Edge mash and boil with the recirculating pump, so that helped out a lot. But again, yeah, Alan and Ernie was there too.
That's right.
But Alan helped out, just kind of helping because that thing is heavy, man. I mean, it's only 5 gallons, but you know, trying to lift that thing, you know, a few feet in the air, man. I think I like almost threw it on my back. So it was good that Alan was there. But yeah, dude, when I saw Alan brew when he posted it on Instagram, I was like, dude, I got to get back on this. And so, you know, with just getting excited about the podcast and the Instagram and then doing all this beer stuff, man, I just went all out, man. I was like, hey, because I was telling Alan, hey, we're gonna have a brew day. So I told them you're more than welcome to use it. If you want to upscale your recipes, that's the way to do it. And hopefully we'll have more beers to come with our brand on it.
And with lesser IBUs, so we're essentially going to use my 1 gallon like batches for testing, because if we mess up, we could throw out a gallon, it's fine,
Yeah.
But then if we find something that's really good, we're like, okay, let's scale it up and use his gear. And then he's got 2 mini kegs too,
and then double and triple and quadruple check the calculations to make sure.
Bro, yes.
To make sure we are good.
Math is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you do need it post high school. Apparently.
Especially when making beer.
Interesting. Awesome. But hey, coming back to the Baja Crush, man, this stuff is good.
I like it.
You guys finish yours already?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Dude, I crushed it.
Oh, bro. Hey, take me to the compound.
It was crushing, bro.
Oh yeah.
All right, on to beer number 3. Which is the Refuge Weiss. So it's a 5.6 ABV. There are no IBUs. It is a classic German style Hefeweizen, rich with banana and clove finish.
So I think this is gonna have some similarities in taste. What is it? Carl Strauss? I think they have a hef that's. I think it's just their hef, their main hef, which is also made with banana and clove, I believe, as well. So I'm excited about this one.
All right, let's try it.
Cheers, guys. Oh yeah.
Ooh. That has a nice finish to it.
That's good.
For sure.
Don't be such a Weiss guy.
I can definitely taste that clove finish.
That's really good.
So the banana goes into my mouth first,
As always.
and then I finish it off with the clove.
Oh man.
No, that's good. I don't drink a lot of F. I mean, I remember back in the day, Alan, when we used to go to what was that bar called?
What, BJ's?
Yeah, BJ's.
Yeah,
we used to drink a lot of F there.
Their hef is insanely good and strong.
I like this one.
This flavor is very sneaky. It just comes up on me. Kind of like Satan. Kind of like Satan.
It's a bit sneaky.
So hey, I wanted to bring something up, man. When I first got into craft beer, this is a little bit over 12 years ago, maybe. You notice that a lot of women, right, especially like in our circle, a lot of women weren't really into craft beer. It was either like shots or wine, right?
Yep. Go big or go home.
Yeah, go big or go home. But if you look now, like in the last few years, not only are they like drinking beer, but they're also brewing beer. There are breweries out there that are operated and managed by women. So I don't know, man. I think over the years the women have been keeping their craft beer strong.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess you could say they've been doing their KEGels.
You've probably been thinking about that one for like weeks, huh?
Dude, hey.
He's been sitting on that one.
Is that your pun?
Yeah, I've been sitting on that one for a while.
Dude, he's been telling me. Oh my gosh. Hey,
Dude, that's so good.
that's so good.
Man, I bought into the story too.
Dude, I was like,
I mean, it is true though.
It's a real story. So
they've been doing their KEGels.
set you up, man. Set you up.
That was a nice setup.
Kegel the elf.
Slide into our DMs if you know what show that is from.
You should know. Dude, speaking of shows, man.
Yes.
Well,
one of the guys that's in the show we're talking about.
So that's a good segue. So
is also a guy that's in the show that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. So we have stumbled upon a new show. I think it's a Netflix original, right?
Yep.
It's called Brew Brothers, and it's only in season 1, or there's only one season out, only 8 episodes. So myself, I plowed through that series twice already.
Yeah.
Rambo and Glen, they just finished it up. So it's the comedy on there is so good.
A lot of slapstick comedy.
Dude, just they jab at each other, the jokes that they throw at the older brother that comes in,
Yeah.
All right,
Is it
geeky
Andrew?
blind. Yeah. All right, geeky blinders.
It's Adam.
Adam. Or Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Just because that how he dresses, he's just very awkward.
God, it is so good.
But yeah, in fact, on the drive up here, I was watching some just to kind of refresh my memory.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just watching it, just kind of excites you about beer, and then also the fact that we started brewing again. We're like, oh yeah, dude, like I see all that they're doing. I'm like, yeah, I want to do that too. You get kind of like hyped up about it. But yeah, man, it's such a good show.
So good. So I was so last night I was rewatching it again, just to see if there was things that I would pick up on.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what episode it was, but who's the Mexican guy? Chewy.
Chewy. Yeah.
Right. Chewy told the crew like, hey, I'm gonna get my soccer buds to come out and help.
Okay, I remember.
Right. And his soccer buds are little kids.
Yeah.
So I was rewatching episode 1, and maybe the second scene, he goes, he tells not Adam, who's the other brother?
Wilhelm.
Oh, Wilhelm. Oh yeah, Wilhelm. Will. He goes, hey, Will, I'm gonna take this for my soccer buds. And it just dawned on me that the soccer buds are freaking kids.
And Will was like,
oh yeah, go ahead,
take it. Hey, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's why Sarah was like,
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, why was she like pulling it away? And I watched it 3 times already, episode 1.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why did she do that? But
now that I think about it, I'm like, because his freaking soccer buds are kids.
Chewy, man, classic dude, man. God. It's funny because like Chewy, he's just like his sense of humor, personality is just so like off, right? There's one part where they're talking, and then it was when Adam got drunk for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, I'm like one of you guys. I'm pedestrian. And then Chewy's like, crosswalk. I'm like, dude, it's just like slight little, things that he says.
Yeah.
Like, makes the show, dude. Awesome.
So who's your favorite character in that show?
That's a tough one.
I have I'm split between Chewy and the gypsy that's from the food truck. The guy.
Oh, the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like, hey, man, like he's so like laid back.
Just go with the flow.
And he's like, your aura is like way off right now. Like, he's like, I'm just a man trying to give another man a sandwich while he's on the toilet. So I'm kind of torn. What about you guys?
So my favorite character is Truffle.
Oh yes.
Oh, dude.
So especially when he's doing the beer tasting contest.
Oh,
and the way he describes the beer.
The very last one that he
Oh
did,
yeah. It's like nice try.
when he was like, where he got where he got sabotaged, right?
Yeah.
He like belched out so loud, and then he started to smell. He's like, and his like just descriptions, they're all like biblical based. Like it's like Jesus being tested in the desert by Satan
with the serpents.
but the Lord shall provide.
It's so good.
Yeah, Tripel is funny because for those that haven't seen the show yet, Tripel is a Belgian monk that happened to visit the brewery, which takes
Where
place
did he
in
get his
LA.
truffles from?
His nut butter.
You have to just watch the show. So I'm gonna throw a little biscuit out there, a little nugget.
A little truffle?
No, I'll throw a little truffle out there. One of my favorite scenes with truffle is the ass to mouth scene, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh yes,
The ass to mouth scene.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it also includes some level of anti-gravity. So take a look at it, guys. Again, dude, this show is insanely funny. If you're into slapstick comedy and kind of that same humor, that you get from the other show that was created from the same creators.
All right, so speaking of truffle, I actually knew about this guy back in 2011.
So, question: does he have a Belgian? Is his accent real?
Yes,
No way.
it's real. Look up.
Didn't we?
Go on YouTube. Type in Flula, Flula, and look up Jennifer is a party pooper,
Okay.
and you will understand why I love this guy so much.
So when you saw him on Blues Brothers, you
knew.
already knew who he was?
Oh yeah. And he's also in, oh my God, Pitch Perfect. And I'm kind of ashamed that I know that he's from Pitch Perfect. But yeah, I knew him back in 2011. And if you watch the YouTube video called Jennifer is a Party Pooper, this guy is freaking hilarious.
Okay, so speaking of YouTube, I think that's how we got discovered, right?
Possibly.
Kind of like Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So Becky, the food truck girl, she's also a Canadian YouTube star.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did not know that.
And I learned something.
Oh my goodness.
We'll have to watch this video
Well, so
after, but
his name is Flula Borg.
yeah.
So he is Belgian.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because Glenn and I were talking about that before. We're like, do you think his accent is real? And we're like, probably not.
Well, at least from the video that I'm telling you guys about, it's the same accent.
All right.
So yeah, it's pretty freaking funny.
Well, once again, we are at Refuge Brewery in Temecula, California. And again, special thanks to Casey and Jessica for having us today and the entire Refuge Brewery team.
Appreciate ya. Sure, I didn't even finish my third one. Ooh. Gosh, it's so good.
Yeah. Banana and clove.
So where do you rate this, Rambo? Because I know that you're a wheat beer, you're a hef guy. How do you rate this one?
This one is up there. This one's really smooth. I really like. I like the finish. It's very good.
Yeah. Again, I don't drink very many hefs, but when I do, I choose the Vice one. Dude, I was waiting for that Kegel one for the longest time.
Dude,
man.
you were like edging, huh?
Yeah, I was
You were
edging.
edging for 28 days? Another Brew Brothers reference. You edged
yes.
for 28 days. And
Oh,
then,
it took me a second to.
and then the last one, and then on the last day, you just explode.
Yeah.
But like, fair warning, at about day 15, you're hypersensitive, so stay away from dogs.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Oh my goodness. All right, last but not the least, it's the Refuge Tripel. It is a 9% ABV with a 24 IBUs.
So this is a Belgian Tripelle, right? So Belgian ale,
Tripel.
which are generally up there on the potent scale, so to speak. So
All right, fellas. Cheers.
cheers, guys. Prost.
Ooh, I kind of puckered up a little bit there.
Ooh,
That's sweet.
That's a sweet baby
this one is sweet. Yeah, it has a sweetness to it. Very subtle on the strength, you know, like the ABV. But then I know it's gonna kick you a few minutes later. Awesome. I love Belgians though. In fact, I just had one the other night that I picked up from Bonds, just one of their single bottles. I forgot who it was from, but I don't know if you saw the story that I posted. It was like the Belgian ale. I think I was pouring it, and then I put like a Belgian monk thinking
Oh,
about
yeah.
beer. Yeah, I was trying to pay homage to truffles.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think, man? What are your thoughts on this Belgian?
It's pretty damn good.
It's on the malty side, so you have that feel on your palate. Can you? I don't know if you guys feel the same thing, but I kind of have that like malty, after effect.
Well, I don't know what happened, Glenn, but I think ever since you started brewing, you have like good taste buds, dude. Like, You're like Tripel himself.
Alan came over and he was like, Glenn, you can't eat the grain while it's boiling.
It's funny. It's funny when I pulled up to this garage. I pulled up. I was like, hey, is there a brewery here? Is this where the brewery's at? Is this a local tavern?
Okay, so quick question.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce this? What is this called?
Tripelle.
So according
Dave
to
Tripel.
according to a website that I'm looking at, it says the pronunciation note, we pronounce all the beers the same way you would in American English. So what we call a Tripelle
is
is
it
actually
triple?
pronounced triple.
Triple.
Oh, okay.
Double is double and single is single. So I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
Okay.
And I hope I'm getting this flavor profile right and the texture.
So you're saying malty?
well, I mean, so I tasted it
Mouthfeel?
again.
Okay.
It just has this lingering taste.
Oh, so that is like is that what they refer to as a mouthfeel? Is where it kind of like hangs out?
Yeah, it kind of hangs out.
Coating your mouth? Because you're right, it's still there.
Yeah. But the good thing is, so with this triple, lingering, it's not a bad linger.
Yeah.
It's a very good linger. You know what I mean? For sure. And I think that's very characteristic of a triple, or just of a Belgian.
Belgian, yeah.
Because they're
For sure.
sweet, you know what I mean? It kind of has that like dessert feel to it, you know what I mean? But we brewed a Belgian before, and we threw a bunch of Belgian candy. Like just they look like lemon drops, but they're sugar to give it that taste. And that was in the recipe. It was a copycat recipe that we got from Ballast Point.
Yeah.
But you know, Frankie did it, and it turned out amazing. It was actually out of the 4 beers that we brewed back then.
Yeah.
That was the best one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wait, weren't we supposed to break that open at our next podcast?
That's right. It's a 4-year-old bottle. So,
Is it?
yeah.
So it's really fermented.
It's probably a quad now, right?
Possibly. What's more than a quad?
Oh man. So I'm feeling the ABVs right now.
For sure.
Didn't have much to eat today.
Same here.
So I know Alan, you went on a bike ride this morning, right?
Yeah, 21 miles. The last mile was walking, so 'cause I got a flat tire.
Literally a flat tire.
Literally. But it's all good. People are looking at me like, dude, you know you have a bike. Why are you walking?
That's exactly what I was thinking. And you know you're going downhill, right?
Like, how lazy are you?
I'd understand uphill walking your bike, but downhill
Yeah.
seems counterproductive.
I'm just glad it happened right by my house. Otherwise, it would have sucked.
Other vice?
Other vice.
It was a good bike ride.
So yeah, my first meal has been this flight of beer. So
Yeah.
actually, the little teasers and
You're-
tots that we have.
You're carb loading right now, carb loading.
Yes. ABV acceleration.
For sure.
But yeah, man, this again, like I said, super big fan of Belgians just because of the uptick in ABVs, but it's not like profoundly strong where it hits you up front, you know?
Right,
It's
yeah.
very sneaky. It creeps up on you, so you could have a full beer and you're like, that wasn't
Yeah.
anything, but then you have a couple, you're like, okay, now I start to feel it. It definitely creeps up. But
Yeah, definitely.
some other brands that are out there that are like commercialized are like Chimay.
Okay, yeah.
Remember Brew Brothers, Triple's like, I got to get back to Belgium because we're playing like a kickboxing game against Chimay.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Chimay, however you pronounce that. And there's another one that I know very well. It's called Delirium Tremens. It's like they have elephants on it, kind of a white gray label. And then the rest are kind of like brewed from your local breweries. So
Yeah.
well, all right, guys. So I think that wraps it up for us here on our official on-site here at Refuge Brewery. Actually, no, not yet because I got to finish my beer. Hold on.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
All right, now that wraps it up. We have done our typical 3+ bonus round in the 4-ounce pours here. We went from a blonde to a crushable IPA, then to a hep, and then we rounded it off with a tripel, however you pronounce it. So All in all, guys, what do you guys think? For me personally, I think my favorite has to be. I'm kind of torn, but since I'm an IPA guy, I'm gonna go with the Baja Crushable. What about you?
I'm gonna go against what I usually go for, and I'm gonna go with the Baja Crush as well. And that's weird because I'm not the biggest IPA fan, but this one was very crushable.
Yes, all right.
It was crushable. It's drinkable. I like it.
Glen, baby, bring it home.
So I think it's unanimous. So yeah, I'm going with the Baja too.
Let's go.
So I mean, and I guess you could reference back my first comment when I said I hope my IPA is half as good as this. That's
really good.
That's how good this one was. So and then
certainly crushable.
And then coming in at number 2 would be my Tripelle.
Dude, so my number 2 was the white or the hef, dude. That banana.
Dude, what the heck, man? I'm in your mind. At this point, a couple episodes ago, you were in my brain, and now you're in my brain again.
Mind that
better than in your butt.
Chase the way. Oh, that's true. Unless you're trying to ordain me.
All right. Thanks again for those that are tuning in. If you guys happen to know where we could find some really organic truffles, slide into our DMs because we're brewing beer. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us here on this episode of the Wish You Were Beer podcast. On site here at Refuge Brewery here in Temecula, which is kind of on the outskirts of San Diego, California. So
yes, sir.
Be sure to check them out on Instagram at Refuge Brewery. And if you haven't done so already, follow us at Wish You Were Beer podcast. And then be on the lookout for our upcoming May giveaway because we got some cool stuff coming your way. Didn't mean to rhyme, but I did.
Hey.
All right.
What do you say?
So until next time, y'all, that is it for us. My name is Alan.
It's your boy Rambo.
And it's Glenn.
Peace out, guys. Drive safe. Drink up.
Peace out.
Love you.